stops us in our tracks. Bravely we prove in our striving, trudging together each day. Where there's a will, there's a way.
Welcome to the Daily Trudge. We're going to talk detox. We're going to talk about the new detox coming up. I will have a lot more information tomorrow. And I'm kind of preparing for it. I'm not going to write anything down this time, though. Yeah. My friend Marcia, who's a pastor, I'm just going to call her my pastor because I may not go to church, but that doesn't mean she's not my pastor. And even before that, she's my friend. So we met. Yeah, I met Pastor Marcia through, doing AA work through the church, and we've just become really, really good friends. And she's one of those people that understand. It's just really neat. She is in another 12-step program. Does not involve addiction. It's Al-Anon. It involves addiction, but kind of different. Give me a second here. I don't think I shared this on Facebook. Give me a quick second here. I need to just make sure. I'm keeping it in the Trudging Together family. Yeah, there we go. It didn't. I got distracted. I'm excited for this meeting. I mean, everything that I've been putting together for years is coming into fruition. But there again, if it's not done right, it's got to be done right. That's what my overlay is not on. There it is. Now everything's working. Hi, Ingrid. Good to see you. Good to see you. Now I know a lot of us didn't go to detox. Okay. But that doesn't mean that you don't have suggestions on how to treat people good, meeting people where they're at, and these things. So even if you haven't been to detox, I still want to hear, suggestions and things like that. Is that Lord? Yes, I can. I can see your comment. Hi, Ingrid. I didn't have my chat overlay on. That's why I didn't see it for a minute. So, all right, we got some people here. So, at the 3-minute mark, let's do it. Welcome to the Daily Trudge. My name is Dion. If you're here, please say hello, whether you're watching the live or the rewatch. That part's so boring anymore. I have to do something else. Maybe what I should do is come on, talk for like 2 or 3 minutes, then do the theme song. Then, how many other people have theme songs for theirs? So it sets me apart. Really. All right, so let's get into the conversation here. Now, I've worked detox several times. Okay. And I'm really familiar with what needs to go on. Internet's real lapsy today, I've noticed. I don't know what's going on. Even Zoom was weird and everything's just a little off. So I've got a really good chance. And I don't know about chance, but the neat thing here is, hi CJ, good to see you. Good to see you. I thought I sent you a message earlier, but I don't know if it got there. So yeah, it may not have gotten there. That, and I don't know when you're awake and stuff. So yeah, aren't we all? Aren't we all just a little? Don't you think? So I like little kids love me because I can do all sorts of shit with my face. Shut up. The highway's right behind my house. So I do this in the basement. I did this upstairs. Okay. So I have worked at a detox that was highly successful. Yeah. Back when Colorado was number 7 in the country, we were great. Okay, kind of figured. I just don't know people's sleeping schedules, work, What, people don't just hang out all day like me. Okay, maybe we can talk a little bit after then, CJ, because I'd like to help you out with some of that stuff. And I worst case scenario, we have a great conversation and figure out what we're gonna do. That's kind of the worst case, So and I've also worked in a very horrible detox. And these are the detox that I worked at are the same people bringing us the new detox. And I'm like, no. What's the biggest? I have a few reasons for this. Number one, I wasn't treated very well. Even when I went to, when you go and you have to sign the paperwork and it's a big group of people, right? They call it training, but okay. I don't even remember what we did there. We even broke into groups, things like that. But everybody had gotten a test to take before we came, and then we were going to look at the results. And I never got that test. So from the very beginning, I was not treated like everybody else. I got side glances. I got not only that, but I was the only male in the room. I noticed that also. This whole thing's full of women. And no offense, women, but we need some diversity, my friends. Okay. But that's not one of the reasons. Okay. So what if that would have been somebody else that didn't have a CAC when they were 20, that hadn't done prevent, they wouldn't have made it. It needs to be a different training. See, they lumped me in with everybody else. I'm like, I'm crisis care. You guys are whatever. You got your bachelor's degree. You're starting a new company. You're all excited. I've been doing this for years. Okay. You have your bachelor's? People hardly ever ask me my education. I'll tell you my education. I got my GED at 17. There you go. You want to know anything else? Sure. I was a CAC at one point. I've had certificate. I've let them lapse. They don't do any good. They don't do me any good. So I have the information. Okay. So I don't want it to happen to the next peer support. Because I was the one that begged for detoxes to get peer support. I forced a lot of stuff in this state. And then they took it and they perverted it. Okay. They gave me training, which was me sitting in front of a computer for hours, drearily going on. I would just scroll to the test, because it took me less time to figure out what the right answer was. I lazied it. You bet. Because they're like, you got to get it done. You got to get it done before this time. And you only have the, whoa. All right. What is another change or another concern I have? They're not drug testing the employees. I'm not saying that you can't hire people that drink, and sure you can. There's plenty of people out there with service hearts. But this is the first question I'm going to ask tomorrow. What is the best way to get an alcoholic sober? Right. No. Yeah, and it's experience. I actually have jobs where you can go into these fields and your experience will be counted as your education. You're welcome. There's a lot of little moving parts to all of this. There is. Okay. Drug test the employees. Okay. Now, I'm going to tell you, I don't care about alcohol. If they're not alcoholic, I don't care. So I don't give a fuck if you've been smoking weed. I don't care. If you're using it medicinally, all you have to do is look at the level, and it'll tell you whether they're abusing it or not. Everything else, off the table. No. If it's an illegal drug, then no. See, you shouldn't be so scared of drug testing as you think. Background checks. Yes, full fucking background checks for anybody peer specialist and or a recovery coach. Yeah. So if you're going to come in a professional capacity as a recovery coach and you have not done that, then the answer will be no. You're not going to use detox to get your clients. No. Not in a detox I'm helping out with. Okay. Drug testing. Okay. If you're going to be a peer support specialist or you're on a peer, then what we need to do is provide proper training. I'm more than happy to do this. I'll train them. I'll do it for free just because it needs to be done. But I know how that needs to get done. There's a great program out there. It's called CCAR. Okay. The program in itself is good. The training is good. You just have to have a good trainer, because trainers tend to divert it from its primary purpose so that you follow what they are saying. When I went to my CCAR training, which I didn't really get anything out of, it was a great review. The first thing my trainer did was cut down AA. That was the first thing. From there, I didn't listen much to them. No. Then to go on to tout multiple pathways. And even then, they got it wrong. They're training multiple pathways incorrectly. So what do you think? All right. So the right training, right? All right. Let's talk about the people at Detox now, the clients. What's the first thing I'm going to ask for? It's going to be weird. Sugar. Yes. Well, then they'll bounce off the walls. They're fucking adults. Give them a freaking Snickers, for God's sakes. For God's sakes, give them a Snickers. You want to know what the biggest argument was while I was working at Detox this time? Whether the clients got Netflix or not. That was the argument. I'm like, okay, maybe we shouldn't be motoring about the TV. Maybe we should be running groups. And then they won't be on Netflix, will they? Same as it ever was. Same as it ever was. Now, I'm going to tell you that back in the 90s when I was working Detox, it ain't going to be like that. It's not going to happen. You cannot go back to the old days. It'll never, ever work. Imagine Zoom being taken away from AA because now the virus is, under whatever you want to fucking call it. See? It'll never be the same. Zoom is here to stay. Okay? And so we have been meeting online, doing AA meetings. The first AA meeting I went to online was in 1995. We've been doing it that long on AOL. There was a group there. Yeah. Social media, AOL. There were AA groups. You bet. Zoom's not new. It's just a different platform. We've been doing that for years. So when people come out, oh, you're blowing down new. We've been doing this for years. Look at the forward to the 4th edition. Go read the last paragraph. It was written in 2001. That'll tell you. That'll tell you what you need to know on that. Yeah, sugar. Sugar, 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 sugar. What's the big one? Yeah. See, there's a lot of little things. What's another big? This won't happen, but I'm gonna ask for it. It's worth a try. Smoking area. They're gonna say, well, the government says. I'm like, the government don't need to know. It's not like they're running around fucking. Okay. Now the hard part is when you work there and they're begging for a cigarette and you just came back from one. It's hard to say no. It's really fucking hard to say no. But you will lose your job if you give them a cigarette. Yes, you will lose your job. Okay? So let's just let them smoke. You know how much easier it's going to be to get through to them if you let them have a fucking cigarette and a Snickers bar. Okay? Healthy choices of food. I was at one Detox. I was in there. I was a client. Right? And we had to eat from styrofoam. People would heat up their shit in this. Do you know how horrible that is for you? You know how horrible that is for you? It's very horrible. It's worse than not giving them sugar. You want to fuck them up more? Let them eat styrofoam, cooked in a microwave. You're not supposed to do that. No, there needs to be good food. And there needs to be sugar in it. Right? Here's the really big one. And it's what the detox isn't what I've been working on. Okay. I'm not doing the detox. I'm the person say, you're doing it. You're doing it. You're doing it. This is how you're going to do it. This is what I'm that person. Okay. I lead. I don't know how to put together a detox, but I do know what needs to happen at the detox. So I've been talking to the people that do that. That's what I do. Okay. Resources. Okay. A detox is only as good as their resources. Otherwise, just pain management. Then it's just crisis. Then what are we doing? Right? Then what are we doing? Oh, I kind of skipped something. 80% of the people working at the detox need to be recovered. That means that they have gone through a 12-step program. They have finished it. Yeah. 80%. They're not going to give me that. I can tell you that. They ain't going to give me that. Okay. Why am I saying 80%? Because it gives me some wiggle room because I want 50. It's called bartering. You don't do that. You don't haggle. Come on. We got to find the right spot, though. It might need to be more than that. I don't know. If not, then I have a viable solution. I have a viable solution. Some of you like this, some of you won't. You don't have to. Okay. Well, okay, we can't have a bunch of, okay, Dion, we can only have like 30% of the people being peers. Okay. Well, we need to cover this somehow. 12-step calls. 12-step calls. If you are in town, then you're going to go over there 2, 3 o'clock, whenever it is. They're going to call AA Central Office. They will pass that on to us. See, one way or another, I'm going to get the service work from them. Okay. Now, why is that? Because without it, there will be no accountability. There won't be any accountability, and then nothing will get done. Right? Now, this may seem a little confusing. I will make it as simple as possible, and then I'll get back to resources, but I skipped this part too. Detoxes get paid one of 2 ways. Now, when I worked at Detox in the 90s, we got paid one way, success rate. Okay. It's hard to understand success rate. I don't quite get it, but you get paid according to how many people get help for a certain amount of time. Okay. Or you can get hired you can get paid by hiring people with bachelor's degrees. That's the new way. It got changed because they went after education. And now all of our detoxes are full of people with bachelor's degrees that are 22, 23 years old. They're going out drinking. They're still in their fucking party years and shit. They don't care. No. So you got your bachelor's degree. You went to work for Aurora Mental Health. They're like, and you got to start at the bottom anyway, right? Unless you've already gained agency and you have your education. But if you're fresh out of school, you're starting at the bottom, correct? Yes. So my question is, why is detox the bottom? That is stigma. That is stigma across the board. They didn't like hearing that from me at Detox. Now, you guys have got so much stigma here. You do, and you don't even know you're doing it. Okay? We were still doing, okay? And I got on Aurora Mental Health about this. Now they're meeting with me. Yay! Maybe we were still doing notes by hand. This was just a year and a half ago. We were still doing notes by fucking hand. We were not on the same phone system. This is all stigma. Why is Detox the bitch? How come we got the shit building? Why do we not get one of the pretty ones? Okay, no more stale fucking places. No, put some artwork on the fucking walls for God's sakes. Give us a room where people can go and be quiet and meditate, be by themselves. There's got to be big books, 12 by 12s, and living sober. There's got to be all sorts of stuff available for them. Or you know what they're going to do? They're going to get bored and they're going to bug staff. And then staff can't do what they need to do to find you a place. So Colorado works on the education, and it decimated us. We lost a Arapahoe house, which was one of the best. It was a big deal. All the news, everybody was like, we're done. We're like, the worst thing ever could happen. We lost a Arapahoe house. And it's true. We need it back. I don't know how to do that either. I don't know how that's going to work. That's out of my purview. So resources. It's 2:22 on 10:22. That's a lot of twos, right? Resources, and that's where and here comes a very, very big problem. Okay. Because in detox, this is where we meet them where they're at, so we can figure out what it is that they need. And that's going to run the gamut. See, detox is where everybody gets evened out. It don't matter you got millions of dollars. You're still a client, just like everybody else in that detox. Maybe you ended up at that detox because you got caught by the cops. Otherwise, you would have went to a nice plush one. But no, this one, your ass is mine now. Your ass is mine. And I'm going to give you an example of that because I know it sounds mean, but I mean it with every ounce of love that I got. Okay? I'm going to call this guy Fred because I don't remember his name. Okay. I'd seen Fred a couple of times. This was back in the 90s when I was a counselor at Washington House. And I'd learned this trick from my stepfather. He was big on contracts, right? He made me sign a contract to do the dishes. It's a way to keep people accountable. I thought it was a great idea. But he kept coming back, and I was pretty good at putting people in treatment. I was a depth and weight guy. I still am. I'm gonna pick on you. I'm gonna pick on your mommy. I'm gonna pick at you. I'm gonna do that. Okay. But this guy had the greatest line. I'm not willing. Oh, well, if you're not willing, then gee, let's just get you on out of here. I don't want to waste my time. I'm like, dude, that ain't gonna work on me. You met the wrong person. I come from the fucking streets, and I'm gonna shove your fucking head in there. I'll make you drink, Mr. Horsey. I said, okay, all right, Fred, I get it. I understand. But this is like the third time you've said this to me. I'm here to help. My job here is to help people, and you waste my time. I'm tired of seeing your face. He said, well, I'm not coming back here. I'm like, good. Because I got people to help. I'm not coming back. I said, you know what? You're going to be back within a week. No, I'm not. Fine. Let's sign a contract. If Fred comes back to Washington House Detox by this date, then he's going to go to treatment. I made him sign it, and I put it in his file. Fred came back, just like I knew he would. He went to treatment. Was it legally binding? No. Did he know that? Sure he did. He was asking for help. I'm not willing to me sounds like a call for help. How about you? Oh, well, then I'm not going to waste my time. No, every child of God is worth my time. Fuck. Right? Now, that is very situational. Sure it is. Okay. So that gives you an idea. Now, when I worked at East Metro Detox, I worked there for 3 months. It's all I could handle. It's all I could fucking handle. I didn't send one person to treatment. No one. There is no treatment outlets. So now that we're putting up this detox, you know what's very much on my mind? Treatment. Treatment is. And there's very little treatment out there that's, I'm trying to pull it all together. I called a couple of treatment centers, and they didn't even know that CBT was the 12 steps. And, but anyway, I was talking to one person about it, and I said, I said, this is what I'm going to do is I'm going to call every single one of you that have Medicaid beds, and then you're all going to update me every day so that we know what Medicaid beds we have. That way, if you don't have one, you can send them over there. They're like, oh, that's a great idea. But at the end, see, people are misunderstanding the Hayworth house. I called them to tell them about it, and it was an opportunity. And at the end, they said, okay, well, we'll send you referrals once you got that open. I said, thanks. I don't need referrals. There's so many homeless around here. I don't need your fucking referrals. I called you about an opportunity. And what that told me is you weren't listening because it's all I talked about. They just want to get me off the phone. So I'm not going to work with them. And one day they'll come back and I'll be like, okay, but you see these hoops? Yeah, you're going to have to jump through those first. You bet your ass that you are. See, this isn't AA. This is Dion the Advocate. And we can very much advocate. Okay. So resources. Where are these people going to go after detox? See, even AA's doesn't have it right. We have a program called Bridge the Gap. Unfortunately, the gap that they're bridging is between treatment and home or sober living, where they're going. That's not the gap. The gap is between detox, the front lines where we work. That's our job, the front lines. That's where we belong, right? To treatment or whatever they're going to be doing. That's the gap that needs to be filled. They ain't going to do it. I'll tell you why. Because they don't know how. They don't know how. They haven't been taught. I know how. I know Amber knows how. Amber's been on his 12-step call with me. Sure has. Never heard from him again, but we did what we were supposed to do. And you know what it actually did? There was something there. Okay? What it did is it actually brought Amber and I closer together. That was the purpose of that 12-step call. We did something hard. We did something hard. I don't even know that Amber and I had met face-to-face yet. No. It wasn't easy. It took up our time. The person wasn't very, but it's what we do. But now at least that person will know where to go when she is ready. And God bless her brother. I hope he's doing okay. Right? So, wouldn't it be nice to do a 12-step call? They're the shit. They're the shit, man. So part of what I'm doing is I'm creating 12-step calls again. Okay? And if central office doesn't want to take care of it, call my phone. Fine. Then I'll do it. We'll do it then. I've actually thought about putting up another central office up north here. And the south people down south can just do what they want to fucking do. Because central office ain't listening either. Well, that's an outside issue. We're not in an AA meeting. We're just talking. Just because I'm talking to you in central, but that's an outside issue. You're right. It's an outside issue, and you're holding your shit at an outside issue. Stop it. Especially when I gave you something for free. What shiny thing are they flashing at you to make you do this? That's my question. These are hard questions. And I deal with them on a daily basis. You bet. We got it. So, treatment isn't the only resource. Doctors, lawyers, nurses, jobs, insurance, getting your driver's license back. These are all things that we do in AA. Why? Because I've experienced it. And I know what it means to not have your driver's license and the process that you need to take to get that back. I know that. That's why we're helpful. We do a lot more than just see, this is a lifestyle. And that lifestyle means that there's going to be a lot of different things. There's Laura. Sorry, I need to read this. I love Laura. So that's amazing. What type of advice? All right. The very good friend who runs a detox. See? God gave me all the right people. So, with everything that I'm saying, am I missing anything? Am I on cue? See, I don't want to go do this. And people are like, no, Dion, we wanted to say this. So I just want to make sure I have my bases covered because I'm advocating for everybody in Colorado. And to me, that's a pretty big fucking deal. So that's why I came here to my friends to know whether I'm doing this right or not, or if you have other suggestions or things like that. So um, I'm gonna give it a second because there's a lag of about 12 seconds. So if you have any other suggestions, silly or not, I want to fucking hear them. Or let me know, that I'm doing what's right. No, I know I am, but I don't want to miss out on anything. And gosh, it would be nice to go to her and say, and the people that follow me and everything that, well, see, you can't even say it that way. But all of it, the way I'm going to present this is, hey, there's several of us that are not happy about this, and I've kind of been chosen to be the speaker. It's not a lie. It's not a lie. But how do I say we when it's me? To include everybody. This is what it comes down to. I just want to make sure your voice is heard. There we go. That's what I'm looking at. So I did enough talking, so there must not be any suggestions so far. Here again, I'm making sure that I don't miss anything. I'm going to ask that there's AA meetings every day. A greeter. Somebody that just kind of sits out front. Yeah. That's a good idea. Like a Walmart greeter. What if it was somebody in the program? What if we took shifts? Hey, can you go do this? No, I'm working Detox tomorrow. I'm volunteering for 4 hours. I sit out front. Hey, you need help? All right, come on in. All right, hold on. Okay. A greeter. I think that's a great fucking idea. In fact, I want to do it. Right? Yeah. That's right. I just thought that was cool. So let's talk about the halfway house just a little bit. Right? We're gonna get into some fundraising, but it's not the same kind of fundraising. We're also getting into legislation. And if you want to help with legislation, that you do have to live in Colorado. Okay. We're going to be making some changes. Like we're going to put a tax on alcohol. This isn't until July of 2025. Okay. But I have been asked to go on legislation, and I'm asking you too. Okay. And we're going to go up and try and get that. And then we're going to take that money and we're going to open treatment centers. That is the plan. Okay. And that's what we're doing with the Colorado Consortium of Prescription Drugs, right? So, but I want these guys to be able to keep their hands busy. So what I want to do is like get a sewing class and some of these things like home ec kind of stuff. But what I like, so when I was at the Phoenix concept, sorry, I'm trying to get to this. I want to make sure you understand. All right. So when I was in the Phoenix concept, and they did not let us go work, by the way, we made our money off of donations, but it can't happen. I made this when I was 19 years old, and there's a lot of work that goes into this. Okay. By the time it got to me, this was just a plain piece of wood. Okay. And what I did is I did this and blah, 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 put the thing on the back, right, that was my job. Sometimes I would have to paint, and we put these on the wall and then go for donation. I'd like to use, but the world's a little different right now, right? So we have like Etsy and these different things. Well, what if we made God bags and God boxes and taught people how to use them? Because it's a great way to get closer to God. It's a great way to let things go. And we put that out for donation. And that helps them fundraise, put some money in their pocket, and things like that. Because people are now catching what the Hayworth House is about. There are no bosses. No one's running this place. If anybody's running it, it's God. Okay? Not me. I'm not the owner of anything. That's the thing. Okay? I'm not paying the rent. The people living there will be paying the rent. The community will be paying the rent. hey, Dion, hey, you got a guy over there? I got some work that needs to be done. I'm paying pretty good. Yeah, let's do that. I've got government jobs. I've got all sorts of things. Okay. I'm trying to set it up so that Adams County, what they'll let us do, we bring in a new way. Yes, silent auction. See? Now, I'm going to tell you something. I don't know how to put all that together. If you know how to fundraise and do stuff like that, great. But I'm going to tell you right now, nobody wants to give money to a white male in his 50s. It doesn't happen. I'm sorry, but it's one of the things that, they're like, well, Mr. Privilege over there, okay? So I need help with it because you guys know where the money's going to go. And it ain't going to be to Dion. Right? Well, there might be some. I mean, I am running, I'm doing a lot of things. Okay. But, man, it's like, I need new shoes. Can I get $50? It's the kind of person I am. Silent auctions are great. But yeah, we need to start looking at fundraising and things like that. We got a church that's still available to us, and there's more churches reaching out. What if, once a month we had movie night? Just pick some stupid movie. We all get together, watch a movie. It's very much recovery. It's about community. It's about bonding. See, the opposite of addiction is fellowship. Right? Because we're very lonely people. And so there's a lot of stuff to this. There's a lot of stuff to it. So, all right. Well, if you have any other ideas, you all have my phone number. Okay. My meeting is at 11 a.m. tomorrow. So I'll need it before then. But I'm going to shave and pretty myself up. I got this purple shirt that I don't know why, but when I wear it, it's like I can command things. People are like, here, I'm going to show you the shirt. I don't know what it is about this shirt, but when I wear it, purple shirt. I had to pull it out because I need to wash it anyway. So this is the purple shirt. And when I wear it, people pay more attention. I get stared at a lot when I wear it. And it isn't the looks. That's when I wear it, I just have some kind of presence. So the only thing that I would probably have to say with all of this is it's very exciting. And there's a lot of great things that are happening. But even then, we've got to be careful. That doesn't mean it's time to speed up. Slow and steady wins the course. So what I'm going to ask for you, and this is how you can help me, is if you could ask God to give me the right words. Okay? Because you know how I am. Half the time I don't even remember what I say. Because God's talking. And I'm really going to need that tomorrow. I do not know how this meeting is going to go. I mean, it's literally called Let's Talk About Detox in a coffee shop. Right? She was the only person out of all of this. Her assistant called me and she said, she wants to go to coffee. In other words, she was saying no phone, no Zoom. This is face to face. Okay. That's a compliment. And you see what else she's doing? I do. She's holding space for me. See, when it's face to face like that, if somebody's holding space, things happen. Zoom doesn't quite do it either. Because you might be at home or in the office, talking. Yeah. It's so easy to interrupt somebody while they're doing it. But while we're at coffee, that means that I have her undivided attention. I notice all of these things. And I will bring it up to her. I'll say, thank you for that. I appreciate it. And do that. You will get more. Yesterday, I filed a complaint about the Attorney General. I'm making a case. I've got it. I told him I don't have the proof. I don't have it. But I know intent, and there is a lot of intent here. And you can get in trouble for intent, by the way. You can get caught. If you get caught in intent, then it can create a case. See, there's a repetitiveness of the same behavior over and over. That is liable, right? Or not liable, but valid. So, and it's a hard phone call, right? Well, do you have proof? Do you have this? Because you feel a little attacked. Okay. And she kept saying, hard to hear you. I'm like, I'm sorry. But we finally got through it, right? And it was confusing for her in the beginning because usually you call and complain about an attorney that you were working with. Well, in this case, I was not working with them. She's like, well, what kind of service did they provide? I'm like, none. It was very situational. She's like, okay, I'm gonna put you on hold for a second. She probably went to go figure it out. But at the end, okay, and do this. If you call a complaint line, say thank you for doing this job. I wouldn't be. Would you be able to work a complaint line? I wouldn't be able to. You just, what the fuck's your problem? I'm bad enough at customer service. No, I wouldn't be able to do it. Would you? Because I couldn't. So thank them for it. The people that can do jobs that you can't, thank them for it. Now, and I said that, I'm like, you have got a hard job. And I know it takes a special kind of person to do that. And so thank you. And she laughed. The first time in the conversation, she laughed. Okay. Now, that is something that goes back to when I was 17 years old. Every day, here's the challenge, and you can take it too. Nobody ever does. It's hard. Okay, here's the challenge. You have to make one person a day laugh. I know it doesn't sound very hard. Okay, there's one rule. It can never be the same person twice. There you go. You'll start with your family, your friends, but you're going to run out of those in like 2 to 3 weeks. Now you're going to have to make somebody laugh that you don't even know. And that means you're going to bring hope. It means you're going to bring something to their lives that's valid and worth having. And you may change their whole fucking day. You may change their whole day. Maybe they were going to go home and scream at their wife or husband, and you avoided that, and then they had a happier night because you decided to be a nice person or a kind person. Don't be nice, be kind. Nice is weak. Nice is weak. Kind has boundaries. All right. Well, I talked for 43 minutes and nobody said, Dion, you're full of shit. And everybody here, I don't know about you yet, CJ. I'm just getting to know you. But I know Amber and Ingrid would be like, no, Dion. Nope. You're full of it right now. So don't do it that. So I must be doing it the right way. So, all right. I think that's it. Today is Tuesday. So CJ is probably going to be tomorrow afternoon or Thursday, Friday before I can yak with you, if that's okay. Why don't you send me a text or whatever with some times in the next few days, and we'll just set a time and make it easy. So, because I'd like to help you out and do that. Now, remember, everything has to be sponsor approved if we're still under a year. So, but I tell you now, your sponsor will be fine with it. But I always like to respect the sponsor. It's like when my grandkids ask me something, well, what'd your mom say? What'd your sponsor say? Because I don't know what your sponsor's doing, where it's going. And maybe they're like, yeah, we're not doing that quite yet. They're in the middle of their fucking 4th step and they don't need to be distracted right now, Dion. That's why. They're guides and they're there to help us stay in that spot. So, all right. Thank you, everybody, for being here. I appreciate it. I love you.